The National Electrical Code does not require color coding of Romex in residential applications. The New Jersey Electrical Code also does not require color coding of Romex. However, it does require that conductors be identified by color or other marking, for example, striping or printing, and have insulation suitable for the voltage and conditions of use. Wiring methods should be installed in a neat and workmanlike manner and be securely supported and protected from physical damage. While not required by any code, it is common practice to use different colors of Romex to identify different circuits or applications. White is typically used as the neutral conductor. Black is typically used as a hot conductor. Red is often used as the second hot conductor or switched leg. Yellow may sometimes be used as a grounding conductor, although green is more typical. Green is usually the grounding conductor. Orange may be used for conductors used for feeder circuits. 8-track units typically use a thicker gauge Romex cable than standard household wiring. This cable is often colored orange to indicate its use for heavier loads. Ground fault interrupter receptacles do not require a specific color of Romex. However, electricians may choose to use color-coded cable to easily identify ground fault interrupter circuits, such as yellow Romex for ground fault interrupter receptacle circuits. There is no specific requirement in New Jersey or the National Electrical Code to color-code Romex. However, it is common practice to use different colors for different applications or circuits for ease of identification and maintenance. Let's delve deeper into the practical aspects of electrical wiring and color conventions. Understanding these nuances is crucial for safety and efficiency. When working with electrical systems, always prioritize safety and adhere to local codes and regulations. Color coding, while not always mandated, significantly enhances safety by allowing for quick identification of different conductors. The neutral conductor, typically white, carries current back to the source. The hot conductor, usually black, carries the electrical current to the load. In 240-volt circuits, a second hot conductor is present and is often red. The grounding conductor, usually green or bare copper, provides a path for fault current to return to the source, tripping the circuit breaker or fuse. This protects against electrical shock. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of guidelines for electrical installations. Although the NEC doesn't mandate specific color coding for Romex in residential settings, it emphasizes the importance of identifying conductors. Identification can be achieved through various means, including color coding, tagging, or marking. Proper identification is essential for safe maintenance and troubleshooting. It's crucial to ensure that the installation of conductors is suitable for the voltage and environmental conditions. Factors to consider include temperature, moisture, and exposure to chemicals. Using the wrong type of insulation can lead to insulation breakdown, short circuits, and fire hazards. Wiring methods must be executed in a neat and workmanlike manner. This includes proper routing, securing, and protecting cables from physical damage. Avoid running cables across sharp edges or in areas where they could be easily damaged. Use appropriate supports, such as cable staples or ties, to secure cables to structural elements. The use of different colors for Romex to identify circuits is a valuable practice. It allows electricians and homeowners to easily distinguish between different circuits, simplifying maintenance and troubleshooting. For example, using a specific color for lighting circuits and another for receptacle circuits can save time and effort when working on the electrical system. The gauge of Romex cable is determined by the amperage of the circuit it serves. Higher amperage circuits require thicker gauge cables to safely carry the current. Using undersized cables can lead to overheating, voltage drop, and fire hazards. 8-track units, such as air conditioners and heat pumps, typically require dedicated circuits with higher amperage ratings. These circuits often use thicker gauge Romex cable, which may be colored orange to indicate its purpose. Orange is also sometimes used for other high amperage circuits, such as those serving electric ranges or dryers. Ground fault interrupter receptacles are designed to protect against electrical shock by detecting ground faults. These receptacles are commonly used in kitchens, bathrooms, and outdoor areas where there is a risk of exposure to water. While there's no specific color requirement for Romex used for ground fault interrupter circuits, some electricians choose to use a distinct color, such as yellow, for easy identification. This can be helpful when troubleshooting or performing maintenance on ground fault interrupter circuits. In conclusion, while the NEC and New Jersey Electrical Code don't mandate specific color coding for Romex and residential applications, it's a highly recommended practice. Color coding enhances safety, simplifies maintenance, and reduces the risk of electrical accidents. Always follow local codes and regulations and consult with a qualified electrician when working on electrical systems. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it's essential to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. Remember to always energize circuits before working on them and use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as insulated gloves and safety glasses. By adhering to these guidelines, you can ensure a safe and reliable electrical system for your home. Now, let's dive deeper into the practical applications and best practices of working with Romex and other electrical wiring. Firstly, before starting any electrical project, it's absolutely critical to turn off the power at the main breaker panel. This prevents accidental electrical shock, which can be fatal. Always double check that the power is off using a non-contact voltage tester before touching any wires. Secondly, when working with Romex, be careful not to damage the insulation. Nicks, cuts, or abrasions in the insulation can create pathways for short circuits and ground faults. Use appropriate tools, such as cable strippers, to remove the outer jacket of the Romex and strip the individual wires. Thirdly, when connecting wires to devices, such as receptacles and switches, make sure to use the correct terminals. The black wire, or hot wire, should be connected to the brass terminal. The white wire, or neutral wire, should be connected to the silver terminal. The green or bare copper wire, or ground wire, should be connected to the green grounding screw. Fourthly, when making wire connections, use appropriate wire connectors, such as wire nuts or push-in connectors. Make sure the connections are tight and secure to prevent loose wires, which can cause arcing and overheating. Fifthly, when running Romex through walls or ceilings, use appropriate methods to protect the cable from damage. This includes using cable staples to secure the cable to studs or joists and using nail plates to protect the cable from nails or screws. Sixthly, when working with ground fault interrupter receptacles, it's important to understand how they work. Ground fault interrupter receptacles detect small imbalances in current flow, which can indicate a ground fault. When a ground fault is detected, the ground fault interrupter receptacle trips, interrupting the circuit and preventing electrical shock. Seventhly, when testing ground fault interrupter receptacles, use a ground fault interrupter tester. This device simulates a ground fault and verifies that the ground fault interrupter receptacle is functioning properly. Eighthly, when replacing ground fault interrupter receptacles, make sure to use the correct type of receptacle. There are two types of ground fault interrupter receptacles: feed-through and non-feed-through. Feed-through ground fault interrupter receptacles protect other receptacles downstream, while non-feed-through ground fault interrupter receptacles only protect themselves. Ninthly, when working with electrical boxes, make sure to use the correct size box for the number of wires and devices. Overcrowded electrical boxes can lead to overheating and fire hazards. Tenthly, when installing recessed lighting fixtures, make sure to use fixtures that are rated for direct contact with insulation, also known as insulation contact rated fixtures. Non-insulation contact rated fixtures can overheat and cause a fire if they are covered with insulation. Also, understand the importance of bonding and grounding. Bonding refers to connecting all metal parts of an electrical system together to create a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source. Grounding refers to connecting the electrical system to the earth, which provides a reference point for voltage and helps to stabilize the system. Proper bonding and grounding are essential for safety and prevent electrical shock. Consult the National Electrical Code for specific requirements related to bonding and grounding. A common mistake is overloading circuits. Each circuit in your home is designed to handle a specific amount of current. Overloading a circuit can cause the circuit breaker to trip, or worse, it can cause the wires to overheat and start a fire. To avoid overloading circuits, be mindful of the total wattage of the appliances and devices you are using on each circuit. If you are unsure whether a circuit is overloaded, consult with a qualified electrician. The importance of using the correct size wire for the application cannot be overstated. The size of the wire determines how much current it can safely carry. Using undersized wire can cause the wire to overheat, which can lead to a fire. The National Electrical Code specifies the minimum wire size for various applications. Consult the National Electrical Code or a qualified electrician to determine the correct wire size for your project. When making electrical connections, it's essential to use the correct type of connector. There are many different types of connectors available, each designed for a specific purpose. Using the wrong type of connector can result in a loose or unreliable connection, which can cause arcing, overheating, and even a fire. Consult the National Electrical Code or a qualified electrician to determine the correct type of connector for your project. In summary, always prioritize safety when working with electricity. Follow all applicable codes and regulations and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns. By following these guidelines, you can ensure a safe and reliable electrical system for your home. The information provided is for general knowledge and informational purposes only and does not constitute professional advice. It is essential to consult with a qualified electrician or other professional for any specific electrical work or projects. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. Always to energize circuits before working on them and use appropriate personal protective equipment. Adhering to these guidelines helps ensure a safe and reliable electrical system.